That's
for
fucked,
me.
yeah. But obviously, I don't back vegan.
Okay.
Like, I love meat. That's pretty much all I eat. But I'm trying to get it from like butchers. I just love meat.
Sorry, mate. I think let me get the question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it's a bit shit what happens. I don't agree with that
Okay.
at
all right.
Like the industrial side of things, like mass killings. And also, like, I can't just eat plants. That's not healthy.
Small
it's on the
holdings?
farms. I go to small farms in the countryside.
So even small holdings and small farms will still slaughter the animals, obviously.
I've been thinking about
Hey, come through this way, mate. Cheers, bro. So you made it all the way through 3 minutes?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Okay, mate. Right, so the first thing is we're asking people is what emotions and what your feelings after seeing what you just saw?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's a bit shit what happens. I don't agree with that at all.
All right.
Like the industrial side of things, like mass killings, and that's fucked.
No, mate, you just go
that's
for
fucked,
me.
yeah. But obviously, I don't back vegan.
Okay.
Like, I love meat. That's pretty much all I eat. But I'm trying to get it from like butchers where I know I know the butcher.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really shop at Tesco's or anything. I normally go to the butchers, innit?
Okay, so the butchers will still get their animal flesh from the same place, right? They go to the abattoir as well to get their animals, or if they're killed on like small
it's
holdings.
on the farms. I go to small farms in the countryside.
So even small holdings and small farms will still slaughter the animals, obviously.
Yeah, I know
like,
that.
They have to be killed for us to eat the bodies. Where do your ethics stand on the actual killing of the animal? Do you think that it's moral or ethical to kill an animal that doesn't want to die?
Honestly, yeah, because I mean that is just reality, isn't it?
Well, it's reality because people pay for it. Like it wouldn't be reality if we didn't pay for it.
No, it would be though, because I mean, like I'm from South Africa.
Yeah.
And I've gone hunting as well.
Yeah.
Not for profit, it's just to eat.
Yeah.
And I've also seen like wild animals. They kill each other.
Okay.
You can't stop that. It's nature, innit?
Of course,
So, like,
but what you're talking about, like obligate carnivores, like lions, wolves, bears,
yeah.
things like that. So they haven't got moral agency like what we have, and they are in a survival situation. So we can't take a different species in a different scenario and then put them in our scenario, like in Tesco's.
Yeah.
You know, so we can't say because a lion does that, I can do that.
Yeah,
here.
obviously. No, there's two sides of the story, innit? Like, yeah, obviously that's shit. Like,
Right.
Like fucking seeing them chicks getting like slaughtered. That's horrible. Of course
Yeah.
it is. But it's also like I can't just eat plants. That's not healthy at all. Do you know what I mean?
Why not?
Because you need meat. Of course you do.
What do you need from meat that you can't get from plants?
A lot of nutrition, protein. You know, just like it's just natural, innit?
So I haven't eaten meat for years. I get all my nutrition absolutely fine, and science is on my side that actually a whole food plant-based diet is the most healthy form for us.
Yeah.
That's a health option, right?
Yeah.
Take away health and look at ethics.
Yeah.
Would you agree that if the science backs it, as it does, that the more ethical and moral decision would be to be vegan? Is it more moral than ethical?
I haven't researched it, so I don't know personally.
What about your
just
personal
know.
opinion? Like, yeah.
Is what personal opinion like about what?
Like, if it was healthy to be whole food plant-based vegan, would you agree that it's a more ethical and moral position to take?
Just depends on the person, really.
What about yourself?
I personally, I love meat. Like, I just love meat.
Sorry,
like,
mate. I think let me get the question. Like, if you can be healthy being a vegan, do you think that it is a more moral decision to be vegan and ethical to be vegan than to kill animals for taste pleasure?
If it's proven, I personally don't believe that.
Okay, I'll give you something at the end of our conversation. I'll give you something where you can see that science for yourself.
Yeah.
Because when we're talking about health, that's a different section. That's a good benefit to veganism. We're here for animal rights.
Right. Okay.
I believe that animals should have at least one right, and that's the right to their own life.
Yeah.
Do you agree or do you disagree?
Depends. It's hard, isn't it? Like, it depends on the animal.
On the species, so like maybe like dogs and cats are different.
It is different though. Like, you can't really compare a pig to a dog.
Well, you can. Like I could compare the two.
I mean, you can't really have a pet pig around your house. Do you know what I mean? Like,
why not?
Dirty. So just like.
You ever seen my Labrador at the beach? When he comes running in, the house is covered.
Yeah, well, I mean.
The reason being, I believe, is because we're conditioned. We're conditioned that dogs and cats have Christian names and live in our house.
Yeah.
And pigs and cows have numbers.
Yeah.
And they get sent to slaughterhouses for us to eat.
Yeah.
I think it's purely like a speciesism view of where we're conditioned.
No, I get what you're saying, yeah.
What about if we didn't look at the differences between the animals and looked at what's similar? What do you think's similar between a pig and a dog?
No, well, yeah, they're both blood-like animals, 4 legs. But a dog actually like has emotions, you know what I mean?
Do you not think pigs have got emotions?
couldn't really like connect you. I don't think a pig could be like excited to see you. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that that's like they can, like pigs, cows, chickens, they all have emotions, they're all sentient beings.
I know, but it's not the same.
But do you think that difference justifies putting them in gas chambers for bacon sandwiches?
No, like I said, I don't back that. Like everything I saw in that video, I don't back it.
Or even like, so what is a good way to take an animal's life?
Like, instantly, like as soon as it's instant, like for example, headshot, straight.
Okay.
There's no emotions, like.
So do you now think?
Like,
let's using your like way of killing an animal. Do you think that the difference between a dog and a pig, that one shows you affection and one doesn't, you could justify killing them if you shot them in the back of the head?
Yeah.
Just for a sandwich?
Yeah.
And if you were the victim?
Well, I mean, that's me dead on it, so...
But would it be okay? Would it be okay? Right, okay.
I'm human, you can't really say that's the same.
But you're sentient, right? So you have the ability to feel pain, fear, joy, and express emotions.
Yeah.
The same as all them animals that you see in the video.
Yeah.
So whether they're shot in the back of the head instantly and they don't know about it, or whether they're put into gas chambers or into like macerators with the male chicks, like it's still immoral to do it, because for the being living their life, it's important to them. Mm-hmm. Right? Would you agree with that, or do you think differently?
No, I do get your point in it, but there's places where people can't choose what to eat. Like,
absolutely,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
I personally think meat is healthy. Like, I eat a lot of meat. Like, most of my diet is meat, and I believe it's healthy.
Most of my diet, I'm a bodybuilder. Most of my diet was meat.
Yeah.
I eat so much meat that probably the most average person would think like it's crazy the amount I used to eat. But I saw what you saw, and then I realised that my morals and ethics, I was like, do you know what? No, that's not okay. And I've changed. I'm still a bodybuilder, and I get my like nutrition from plants. Because health is always a sideline. If we was to discuss veganism over health, it would be like, to give you an analogy, it would be like saying I'm going to stop punching people because it hurts my hand. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, like, there's two sides of the argument of that.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm not going to stop eating meat because I saw that video. I do I knew that's happening. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to be like, yeah, that's fine. Of course not.
But that's what you pay into.
Well, I mean, like, I guess but it's not going to stop. So if I stop paying, it's not going to stop, is it?
It will. This is why we do what we're doing, right? Because it's one thing to not be part of the problem. It's a second thing to then be part of the solution. And as soon as you go vegan, the statistics of how many animals you personally slave are a lot higher than what you think. And then the ripple effect you're going to have on friends and family around you, and if you speak up for the animals like we do. But then also look at systemic change in history. Only systemic change has only ever come from grassroots activism coming up. Look at the suffragettes, look at gay rights, look at racism, look at slavery. It's only ever changed because the ground up has identified the injustice and stood up against it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I know. No, like I said, I see both sides of the story.
I
think there is two sides, not just one side.
Of course, there's two sides. There's the side where people will happily oppress animals and abuse animals for taste pleasure.
And when you word it like that. But I'm not going to look at a plug and say, oh yeah, that chick got slayed, let me eat it. I'm not thinking that, do you know what I mean? I just want meat. Because I like the protein, I like the flavour, and I personally think that's just reality. It's harsh. This is the real world. Like,
I understand where you're coming from, but the reality is that when you do buy that, you are paying for that animal to be slaughtered and to be murdered.
I guess. I mean, that's true then, yeah.
And then, and like you said, because I like the taste and because I like the protein. But you could say, can you think of another sensory pleasure which is an injustice? If you was in court and you said, I like the feeling, I like the pleasure, it wouldn't hold up?
I mean, yeah, but you need to eat that. That's like what you need, isn't it?
Of course you need to eat. You need nutrients, right?
Exactly.
Not ingredients. So you need nutrients. If you can get all the nutrients from different ingredients...
Yeah, but I don't think you can.
But the science says you can. I'm going to give you a thing in a minute.
Yeah,
the science will show you that you can.
Right.
And if the science says that you can, would you agree that it's the most moral and ethical position to take?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, mate, cool.
I guess so, yeah.
Let me give you one of these.
So, yeah.
Just remember, mate, the whole time that you're thinking about this, right, animals are going to be put into them things for you.
All right, so...
There you go, mate. There's a card. There's your thing, mate, as well.
Right.
This is vegan chocolate, mate. No animals are harmed in there.
All right, safe.
All right, mate.
No
have a good day, man.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate. See you later. Yeah, so that guy was actually really nice, cool guy. He got it. I think layers of conditioning. He used to hunt himself from South Africa, so maybe a cultural thing. Different layers for him of conditioning, but he definitely had empathy because he was affected by what he saw. Hopefully, he held him to account enough. He seemed like a cool dude. He seemed like he's going to make a difference. Hopefully, he does his own research, and yeah, hopefully he likes the chocolate and maybe makes him realise that if you're not vegan, he's paying for animal abuse.
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it.